From retro to next gen, we've got it all. I'm George, a Gen X grown-up, and this is Bit by Bit. All right, here's a business bit from MSN.com. Atari has done another acquisition. They are just buying up stuff left and right. This time, under their subsidiary Infogrames, they've acquired Surgeon Simulator from Tiny Build. So, Infogrames is a very well-known company in gaming, especially around the 80s or 90s. I remember them mostly from Alone in the Dark. That was one of my favorite games of theirs back in 92. But they have recently purchased this new acquisition, I guess, Bossa Studio Surgeon Simulator. What's interesting is they're not only going to pursue new titles and probably re-release some of the old ones, but they're also going to pursue merchandise opportunities. Seems kind of odd to me. What kind of merchandise are you going to build for something called Surgeon Simulator, which I have never played and have no knowledge of? If you have, reach out to me down in the comments and let me know what Surgeon Simulator is all about. I'm a bit afraid to ask, but anyway, Atari rolling on in 2025, another acquisition under the belt. And here's a I didn't see that coming bit from noisypixel.net. The Angry Video Game Nerd has got an 8-bit NES title coming out later this year. There's a neat little trailer here. There's some images that you can click and take a look at. It looks like an interesting little game, but it's his little likeness. There he is, all playing against his bad guys, I guess. This is coming to us from Megacat Studios. They're going to be launching the game in Q2 of 2025, which by the calendar year, that should be April, May, or June to be expected. It's going to come out for the NES, modern platforms, and for PC via Steam, so there should be some interesting game variations out there depending upon where you want to play. Plenty of opportunities. But yeah, it's AVGN themed worlds and enemies. Sounds interesting to me. I mean, this guy's one of the original YouTubers that we all watched, back in the day before we even started Gen X Grown Up. But here he is with his own video game, Maybe someday there'll be a Gen X Grown Up video game to boot. And here's another Atari bit from Mezha.media. A company called Boosteroid will partner with Atari for some retro gaming to end up on their platform. So I had never heard of this company before. They're based out of the Ukraine originally, although now their headquarters are based in Texas. They have servers and offices all over the world, and they provide online live stream gaming. So very much like some of these other platforms that you have, you don't have to have the game installed on your computer. It's installed on their servers and you live stream it to whatever device you want to play it on, your phone or your TV or a tablet or your PC or wherever you want to stream to. And I was very interested about this. So, number one, Atari is just killing it right now, 2024, 2025, with acquisitions and partnerships and everything else. This one, I think, is a really good idea. So, a lot of people like to play games, but they might not necessarily want to install the game on a particular device, or maybe the device doesn't support that game that you want to play. But through this Boosteroid service, Atari retro games will now be available to people who might not get a chance to play them on whatever device it is that they're most interested in playing them on. They're going to definitely put some games like Roller Coaster Tycoon in there and some other stuff. Atari 50th is mentioned in here, which we all know and love here at Gen X Grown Up. I took a deep dive into Boosteroid both on Reddit and in their own website just to take a look. It's a little under $8 USD a month, 7.49 euro. But it's like $7.87 US. Anyway, the thing I like the most about Boosteroid, besides having 24/7 support chat available, which I have not vetted, they also are very forthright in their FAQ section. They're like, look, our servers will run everything that you want, but the key thing with any live stream gaming service is your internet connection, which we can't control. But they're willing to help you figure out what's going on in case you're having issues. That's something that's a little bit rare from these kind of subscription-based streaming platforms. Most of them don't seem to want to admit that, it's all about bandwidth more than it is their servers. They all talk about, the greatest GPUs we have and this, that, and the other. Boosteroid is being upfront. Look, we've got great machines, but if your internet isn't great, there's not much we can do about it, but we're going to work with you to help figure out the best gaming experience for you. So anyway, head over to mezha.media, check this article out, and maybe sign up for a Boosteroid account. All right, here's a new game release bit from readwrite.com. Accolade is finally coming back to our gaming systems with one of the iconic sports packs ever from their systems. Now, they're going to have 5 different things in this new system from QU Byte and Atari. Okay, another great system for Atari here. They're going to have Hardball and Hardball 2, which I loved both of those games an awful lot. They're going to have another one called Hoops, Shut Up and Jam, which the article authors mentions is probably Barkley Shut Up and Jam. You know, they just had the licensing issue, so I'm guessing his name's not in the game anymore for that reason. And then, of course, Summer Challenge and Winter Challenge, which were the Olympic-themed games from Accolade back in the day. This is going to be released on January 30th via Steam, Switch, PS5, 4, and Xbox. It's going to come in at around $20, but you can pre-order it right now for a 20% discount, apparently, at $16. I'm very interested to see how this is going to play out, how the emulation is going to work, because I loved the Accolade sports stuff back in the day. I wonder if this is going to play as well as it did back then on modern PCs, because as we all know, emulation isn't always perfect, but I'm certainly looking forward to playing some more sports. And in our weekly Doom bit from tomshardware.com, Doom has finally been ported to Microsoft Word. I'm so sorry. It's available available via GitHub. You do have to have an x86 computer system. You have to be able to be okay with all the warnings. You have to disable everything to get it to play, of course, because it's going to have scripts and whatnot involved in it. They talk in here that they tried to open it on, let's see, the 2007 version of Word, but it didn't work, so you might need a more modern version of Word to play this in, but there's a little video here. I'm just going to click play, because take a look at this little thing. Look at it. It's Doom playing in Microsoft Word. You talk about the ultimate way to fool your boss at work. Hey, boss, I'm working in Word here. I'm building stuff. I can't help it that a video game popped up and I have to play it in order to get to my document. Oh, so awesome. I love the Doom community. Here it is. Doom on Microsoft Word, tomshardware.com. Check it out. And in yet another Atari bit from NintendoEverything.com, we find out that Tetris Forever has got a new update that's coming out that has a whole bunch of upgraded save features and some more playability and like graphics enhancements and everything. They got a full rundown here for you. Here's some of the stuff that has been upgraded with the save features. The Famicom has a couple of games. Super Famicom has 4 games, sorry. MS-DOS has a couple of them that have those new save features. You're also going to get a couple other bug fixes on the Apple II score reset issue, I guess, with Tetris Time Warp. There was another thing. Oh, yeah, here it is, Weltris. It was about a month ago that we got the addition of Weltris, which I saw. Anyway, nice new little update. Super awesome to see that Digital Eclipse is keeping these updates coming. We love Tetris Forever. We love Digital Eclipse. We love Atari. Head over to NintendoEverything.com to get all the news. And here's a console bit from TechStory.in telling us about a new console called the SuperStation One, which is coming out to emulate PlayStation 1. It's going to be this kind of a competitor, and they're calling it the world's first affordable FPGA gaming console. All right, couple of interesting things here. Number one, this is not an official Sony PlayStation product. This is from somebody just creating this thing on their own. So I agree with the author down here about legal tightrope in the article, where, what's going to happen? Is Sony going to find out about this and kill it instantly? What's kind of sport? Anyway, there's a lot of stuff to be concerned with, but just to give you some of the statistics, things going to get released at $150. Pre-order is already going now, and they call that a steep discount because you're going to be getting this like what do they call it? A developers or a founders edition. There you go. Founders right over here. They're calling that thing where it's going to have some signatures on it or something. One thing that bothers me a little bit, this is FPGA, which is supposed to be hardware, not emulation. That's awesome. But you're not going to be able to play your discs with this thing. It only supports digital copies of PS1 games. If you want to play discs, you're going to have to get a separate external disk drive. I mean, to me, that just feels like a miss for these people creating this thing. Anyway, just wondering to see what the legal fallout's going to be. There's going to be opportunity, though, if you want to buy this thing and take a chance on it. It does look nice. So, head over to techstory.in, make the decision for yourself. All right, here's another interesting Atari bit from Fortune.com. Atari is distancing themselves from a cryptocurrency that's related to one of their franchise titles called Pong. This is very interesting. I was recently on a call with some people from Atari, and I know this thing is all the talk at Atari headquarters right now. But just like this article talks about, I'm just a bit confused because this cryptocurrency called Real Pong Coin, that was part of a video game that was based on Pong, which, hey, there's some legal issues right there, right? Nobody's even been talking about this thing for a couple of years now. The last time that the company that created the game and the crypto coin talked about it was like in 2023, I think, like that. October 29th of 2023. They haven't talked about this thing at all. It's not trading very much at all. Look at how many zeros before you get to the first number that this thing is worth. On a couple of different places that report this kind of stuff, like CoinMarketCap, they're saying that in the past 24 hours, less than $5 of this thing has been traded, which is not hard to believe considering how little value it holds. There's only 507 people in the world that even hold this thing. I don't know why this is such a big deal right now, but there are a ton of articles out there where people are talking about this. So anyway, head over to fortune.com, check it out for yourself, maybe go do some research, but it's not a crypto thing that I'd be buying because I'm not buying crypto anyway. But if I was going to buy crypto, Atari, hint, hint, I'd probably buy some of yours. And one final Atari bit this week from decrypt.co. Atari is going to be releasing some exclusive patch packs on a blockchain marketplace called DYLI. Okay, so I read this article, went through the whole thing. You can see it's a very lengthy article. It talks not just about the particular subject of this article, the patches, which I am super into and absolutely want one of these things. There's only going to be 500 of them. I saw in the article, 500 limited edition physical patch packs. Now, that part's awesome. The part that gets me confused is what in the hell Atari video game patches have to do with blockchain stuff and Web3, which I know Web3 is the whole decentralized, new Web 3.0, let's get ownership out of blah, 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 whatever, blockchain stuff that I am too damn old to understand. However, I definitely want some patch packs, so I'm probably going to head over to DYLI and try and buy one when I get a chance. Interesting thing, I guess, is that when you buy these physical patches, you're also going to get some kind of NFT as part of the DYLI, which stands for, where was it? Do you like it? I think it was what? Yeah, there it is. Do you like it? Okay. I don't know yet if I like it, but anyway, there's some other terms in here that I don't understand. They're saying that all transactions are gas-free. Hopefully some of you guys can let me know in the comments what the hell that means. And DYLI is covering fees through Abstract's native paymasters, the company claimed. Whatever. I don't know. All I know is Atari is coming out with some new patches. Back in the day, I always wanted Atari patches and never got a single damn one. I'm definitely in for this, so these things should be coming out soon. Check it out over at decrypt.co. Hopefully you can understand this a little bit better than I do. That's going to do it for the news making headlines in the gaming world right now. I am George, and if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button, and I'll keep on bringing you the news bit by bit.